So a lot of players are experimenting with the new features in the latest patch, and as well as the orb, as you can see in the background, one of the things they're trying to figure out is the dampener. And I saw a couple of interesting matches which really highlight some of the uses of the dampener, but also some of its downsides, as you'll see. Okay, we have a 1 versus 1 between Zango and Haghehog. Zango has right out of the bat spawned these afterburner solar panel based ships with dampened Tesla. So this is one of the things we did is we left the full power of the dampener on for instant hit weapons, even though they don't have the speed penalty, because we felt that instant hit weapons mostly either don't benefit from mods like Light Beam, or they need a lot of mods, as many as they can get, like Tesla and Heavy Beam. So yeah, we left the full power on, and they already drained so much energy to begin with that we thought it would be actually interesting to see what they could get done with dampeners without the speed penalty, which is only 8% anyway. It's not that huge. It's not a huge part of the power. A lot of it is just the module slot that it takes up in the cost itself. So yeah, it's interesting to see these ships, but I don't know. He's trying to completely drain these torpedo ships. These are also using dampeners, so they're very efficient energy-wise. He's got lots of shields here, so he's using the energy on his shields rather than on these weapons, and he can constantly fire his weapons. Yeah, it looks like he just got taken out by sidewinders over here. That's something that those ships should be good against. Tesla ships should be good against lots of small, completely unarmored ships. They should arc between them and kill them all. Also, the low amount of battery, they should be able to drain that. But yeah, not good enough. So these dampener ships, these dampener torpedo ships, which are using lots of shields, they don't even have point defense. Oh, they did have a heavy point defense on the back, just to stop really big barrages, but otherwise they're relying on the shields to tank. But they can constantly fire pretty much, because it takes so little energy for them to fire with all these dampeners on them. But the projectile's quite slow, so they're really not speed torpedoes, are they? But so we've got a bunch of these ships coming in. These are slightly speed coiled. Yeah, wow, they just ripped through them because they're using sidewinders, which are very energy efficient, pull waves to pull an enemy in, and then also EMP. And because Hag ships have so little energy generation, or they require very little energy generation to fire, they have low energy capacity, which means a couple of hits from EMP will completely drain their energy capacity, because rather than spending money on energy capacity, he's spending money on more efficient weapons. And it doesn't matter how efficient your weapon is, EMP always still drains the same amount. So it looks like these little EMP ships from Zango are really quite effective. But he's going to take the map back now. Looks like Hag is trying to save up right now, just doing a little bit of harassment. No, he knows he's lost. He doesn't have enough money. So yeah, interesting dampener fight there. The Tesla ships didn't work, but the artillery platform quite effective. So let's see what's happening in game 2. We have the same dampened torpedo ships, slow weapon velocity, but very low energy usage. And look like Zango's come straight out of the back gate with nothing but these sort of capture ships where he captures you with the EMP and the pull wave, the little capture cruisers, and pulls you in to kill you with sidewinders, which are very energy efficient weapons, so he doesn't need much energy to fire them. But sidewinders are slow, they only have a single speed coil. See if you can dodge this initial barrage, because sidewinders have less range than torpedoes. Yeah, and here comes the barrage of, wow, look at that, completely stunned, completely disabled, big barrage. Not quite enough to kill it, so Zango needs a little bit more to kill it. And it's already powered back up again, because you can see it has very little energy storage, just a single, like the equivalent of a 2x2 battery between the lot of them. But a lot of energy generation, which means he can get his energy back up again relatively quickly, using the new bulk thrusters, the new 2x2 bulk thrusters, which they're basically the same as the old bulk thrusters. They're just different size, different symmetry, allows you to change the visuals of your ship a little bit, allows your ship to be a little more symmetrical, allows you to do slightly different scalings, because they're a different scale, 1x3, they're 1 1/3 as powerful as a regular bulk thruster, which is a 1x3 part. So it looks like Zango's going to try and come in again with this same thing. This is also usable against fighters, because you can stun the fighter out, but without enough speed calls, it's not that effective against fighters. The fighters really need to be coming in. So Hag has this orb ship to try to sort of bombard from range using a single. It looks like it's going to get captured completely and just butchered. Yeah, instantly disabled, instantly stunned. Because again, all those dampeners mean that he's doesn't need much energy to fire, but that means he doesn't have much energy. So when he gets hit by EMP, it's a real liability. It's an interesting thing with the dampeners is that you can use EMP against them so effectively. Ships using dampeners to reduce their energy consumption, because EMP is already okay against ships that don't use dampeners, but if you sacrifice your energy generation... Yep, okay, it looks like this might be enough to take the ship down. No, just again, he hasn't added any new Sidewinder ships, so it's just got the same amount of damage. Ends on 2 pips of hit points. Looks like he's deliberately cycling the fresh ships forward and the damaged ships back. You can see he stopped them, cycling the fresh ship forward, spending time to regenerate his shields as well, which gives him a bit of a buffer. That's what is that, like 15 per shield generator there? So that's almost 100 shields. But you can see the pip there. Each of this is 100 hit points, and there's just a single pip of shields right there. Sometimes it's hard to see the amount of shields. So these slow projectiles make them easy to dodge. He's going to capture this ship. He didn't cycle the damaged ship forward far enough. Looks like he might come in again. Yep, do it again. Take out the next one, and then he's going to go for the kill and kill the last one using these the EMP just to keep him stunned. He doesn't have much energy left, but he could probably just keep him stunned if he wanted to. No, he's going to go back and recharge. That's all right. He's going to go back and recharge and do it again. He can afford to do this pretty easily because these ships are very effective against Hag's torpedo dampened ships. So they're both using Sidewinders against each other. These little Sidewinder ships here they're slower, probably much cheaper as well. But Zango can travel around in these fast packs and snipe them out. I don't know if this is going to be enough of a response from Hag to really shut these ships down. He's going to try and tank the damage using these blocks. He's keeping his capital ship behind them. And he's going to try and put them forward, tank the Sidewinder shots and the EMP, and do his own damage with Sidewinders in response. They're both slow enough that both these ships are slow enough that a single speed coil on Sidewinder is probably enough. But yeah, just enough to hit. Almost, not quite enough. So if Zango comes in, does a glancing attack, then retreats, he can actually outpace the Sidewinders, and it's not really very effective at killing these little scouts, these little point cappers. So yeah, Zango's decided to go for these bombardment orb ships to try and beat back. Zango's coming in for another run. He's going straight in, so he's just tanking the shots directly, because it's a little bit slower if you go in sideways and dodge the shots. So he's trying to get in as fast as possible to make sure that nothing else gets in position in the meantime. Take them down, charge straight in, take the shots. So there goes all of Hag's capital ships, except for these. I don't know if how much these really cost. They're probably not very much. But yeah, all of his main capital ships. And he's coming in with these just trying to catch these ships with these speed coil things. But he's got bulk thrusters, battleship parts. He'll not be capture these, fast cruiser speed things. Yeah, Hag knows that he's lost this one. It just looks like his main battleships are just too ineffective against these sort of capturing Sidewinder ships. So I hope you got some insight out of that. I'd like to do more videos like this in the future, so you're interested in seeing more design, insights and analysis, as well as just some casts of some games. Please subscribe, and I hope to also be doing maybe some features of a few other games, perhaps games that are similar to Istrolid, and looking at them from a design perspective as well. So if that's something you'd like to see, hope you come check out some videos in the future.